everyone, welcome back to Royal Fashion News. My name is Brittany, and I hope you guys had a very Merry Christmas. And today we're going to be going over some of the royal looks that we've seen over this last week or so. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So guys, we're going to end at Christmas at Sandringham, where the royals go every year to celebrate Christmas, or at least the British royals. And so right now we're going to talk about some of the other royal looks we've seen leading up through the week. So the first one that I'm going to talk about is Queen Letizia of Spain. She's wearing a Carolina Herrera suit and Margaret shoes and golden roses earrings. So this is a teal look, or I guess you could say almost a green look. I really love it. I feel like Letizia looks fabulous in suits. She wears them exceptionally well. So I think this is a really, really gorgeous look. And a lot of you guys agreed. 91% of you thought she was looking sharp in this. She did unbutton the suit, and that made me like it just a smidge less, but overall, I think it's a really great look, and I think it's one of her best looks of this week. And then we also have over in Belgium, we had a Christmas concert, and this ended up yielding some interesting results. So the first we're going to look at is Princess Elizabeth, Duchess of Brabant. So she will be the future Queen of the Belgians, and she's wearing this blue gathered number. And while I'll say I think it is youthful, I think the color is good, I'm just not always a fan because you have both draping and ruching going on at the same time. So they're gathering fabric and they're draping fabric, so it's almost a bit too much. I feel like you should do one or the other, not both. So I feel like this look, for me, it's not bad, but it just doesn't totally work either. So I'm just not a huge fan. I did think her mother looked lovely. She had this red dress on, so this is Queen Mathilde, and there was sparkles sewn through the fabric. So it looked especially gorgeous, I thought, although I think the fitting could have been a bit better. So I would agree that about 27% of you thought it could have had another fitting, and I feel like that would have worked much better here, although I do think she looks lovely in the red. Now moving on, we have Queen Letizia of Spain yet again. She is re-wearing this red dress from Mette-Marit, and she has a Nina Ricci clutch, Marguerite shoes, and again the gold and roses jewelry. So that is a favorite brand of hers in terms of earrings. We see that quite a bit. And I think this look is sharp, definitely for sure. I think, again, she does simple silhouettes exceptionally well, and she is so trim and fit. So I think she looks pretty fabulous here. I love the black belt. I love the dark, it said it's dark pink. It looks more red to me, but who am I to say? It's always so hard to know sometimes with how the flashes go off and everything. Sometimes the colors do change. And so next we have Catherine, the Princess of Wales. She is in a tartan green and blue jacket with gold buttons from Holland Cooper, and she has a green turtleneck on and skirt underneath, along with her Gianvito Rossi boots. I think she looks fabulous here. So she planted a tree. This was right before her Christmas concert, so I think this look is exceptionally well. I'm actually thinking about getting the tartan pumps from Emmy London. So Emmy London, which is a favorite brand of Kate's, they have a bit of a sale going on right now with some of their styles, and one is their tartan pumps. And I just think I don't really have anything tartan. I feel like heels would be fun, although I do have pattern heels, and then I really struggle to find something to wear them with. But I feel like tartan would be better because you can pair it with simple colors. So you can have tartan shoes, and you can either have a green or blue dress, and I have both. So I feel like that would really work, but I do think she looks lovely here. And this next look, I gotta say guys, I was really surprised because I really love this look, but about half of you did not. And this a purple velvet number from Crown Princess Victoria. I think she looks lovely here. I love the color. I think the jacket looks well. I think this look really, really works for me. I think it's gorgeous on her. But a lot of you guys didn't like it. So only 51% said she rocked the velvet. And she usually wears velvet to this event that happens every year. And again, I just gotta say this is one of my favorite looks of the week. I don't know if it's the favorite, but it's one of my favorites. And I think she looks really, really good here. Victoria, again, she really struggles with anything that's not gala related, so I think that is a great look. Okay, guys, next is Queen Letizia of Spain and her interpretation of Pepto-Bismol in a suit. So I love pink. I like Hugo Boss. And I like Hugo Boss on Queen Letizia. I just don't get this look. I really don't. And I love pink, but I feel like it's too much. It's too much of a good thing. Pink is fabulous. It's a fabulous color. But I feel like it's way too much here. And I like the jacket a lot, but I would like the jacket paired with not pink pants, not pink shirt. And I appreciate that she's going into a hospital wearing this. But again, it reminds me too much of Pepto-Bismol, which is a drug people take for like acid and indigestion. So to me, this is just somebody puked pink and Letizia decided to wear it. Again, I appreciate the fun color and that she's going to a children's hospital, but other than that, yeah, no. Okay, so next we have, and this will be one I say, I kind of like it, I kind of don't. And that's Catherine's self-portrait sparkle cardigan that she wore again to promote and help introduce her Christmas Carol event. I don't understand why she couldn't still wear the red. I think the red looked absolutely fabulous, so I don't understand why now we're switching to this sparkle cardigan. It's nice, but it's just, I don't know. I like the tweed, but Chanel tweed sometimes is hit or miss for me, so this is nice, but again, I don't know. I prefer her red sparkle dress from Needle and Thread. That's one of my favorites. Next we have Crown Princess Mette-Marit of Norway, and I do have to agree, this outfit is not bad, but definitely doesn't seem to fit her the best. Although I do just love that there are actually stickers on her face, going up her face. So they're at, I believe it was a hospital event. So I think that is super sweet that she let, I would imagine kids put stickers on her face and like highlighting her cheekbones, which I thought was hysterical. So I do love that. I do love red paired with like black or black pattern. I think that's a really good look. I mean, you could even say that's more burgundy. So anyways, I do think that's lovely. Next we have Queen Mathilde of the Belgians, and she does look smashing in this red suit. And I think it looks great. It's fitted to her well. I love the tan accents. So I think this looks absolutely fabulous on her. She's about to celebrate her 50th birthday, and so I think she's looking awfully festive, and I feel like it's great in the lead up to the holidays. And next we have Princess Sofia, who went with her husband to a festive event here in Sweden, and she is rocking a Victorian inspired gown. And some people said it was see-through. I don't really think it's that see-through. I just think the lining is kind of nude for most of it, and I appreciate some of it, but I also think it's a bit too fussy. So I just really don't think this totally works for her, but I feel like she is sort of rocking it. And it's just, yeah, it's not bad. I think it's interesting, though. I would love to know her issue with why she wears these pumps specifically that have a kind of an orthopedic makeup. So I wonder if she has a lot of feet problems. Because I do too. I broke my foot a long time ago, so I appreciate that sometimes it's harder to wear those heels, but I just think it's funny that she does wear that. All right, guys, so on to Sandringham. So yes, every Christmas, the royals embark on a walk up to their church for the morning service, and the public gathers to take pictures, give them flowers and cards and those sorts of things. And so the first one we have here is Catherine, the Princess of Wales. She is wearing an olive green jacket that she's worn before from Alexander McQueen, along with her Gianvito Rossi boots. And I think they said somebody at Royal Fashion Police identified it as a mango dress underneath. I don't know how you could tell that. You can barely see it. And she has this fedora on. In addition to these earrings, which I'm honestly not really a fan of. I feel like they just don't totally go with the outfit, but I bravo to her for trying something a bit new because I don't think we've seen those before. So they're not bad, but again, I don't like it. And I don't feel like the whole outfit necessarily goes together. 90% of you guys said it was gorgeous in green, but usually her numbers are maybe a bit higher. And I will say I'm still not a fan of Catherine in wide brim hats, although I do think this one's better than the one she wore for Remembrance Sunday. I don't know. I'm just not really totally liking it. And I do think it's odd that she's in khaki and brown and the rest of her family is in navy and burgundy. So I just feel like that's a little odd, but I wonder too if it's a subtle dig once again at Meghan Markle by saying, hey, yes, we do clash sometimes purposefully. That's the only thing I can figure, but I just feel like her outfit just doesn't go with the rest of the look of the family, which kind of surprised me. And then next we have Princess Beatrice, and she is wearing green, and she has this green coat with this furred collar on. It is from Shrimps. Interesting. And she has a new hat from Somerset Millery. And I don't feel like the hat goes with the jacket. I feel like the hat is a lighter green or even more on the teal scale than the jacket. So the jacket is like this dark forest green, and then she has this teal hat with the flowers, so I just don't feel like it totally goes together. But I will say I love that she brought her stepson Wolfie to this event. I just thought that was really sweet that they included him on the Christmas walk and everything. And I think he even was introduced to the crowd or had this moment where he was with some of the other royal great-grandchildren getting something from the crowd, which I thought was super sweet that they included him in that way. Next we have Princess Eugenie, who is not dissuading pregnancy rumors here. So she is wearing a weekend Mette-Marit coat that she's worn before. And so this was interesting too. A lot of it was rewears for the ladies, which I find is kind of rare because I usually feel like because this is such a big event, usually we see new outfits. So this was surprising. We saw a lot of repeats. I think this is the first time I've ever seen Catherine repeat a look during the Christmas walk, which I think is great that she has worn that coat before, but I just found it really surprising as well. And so this is a gingham print and it's a soft color. I actually have a dress with a similar pattern that has a light brown gingham pattern to it, which I think is really pretty, but at the same time, it feels sort of summer and fall-y. So it's not bad, and I still feel like she looks like maybe she is pregnant. I'm not saying for sure, but I would feel like the last two appearances we've seen, she's been wearing patterned coats that do nothing but add volume to an area that may already be growing in volume because of a baby, which would be awesome, not dissuading that in the slightest. She also has Aqua Zara boots on, and I do like, I believe it's her Jane Millery hat there. I think that's, or headband type thing. That's fabulous. And then we have Sophie, the Countess of Wessex, once again rocking the beige look. She did that during the Christmas service, and she was voted as one of the most fashionable ladies there. So her coat is new, though. It's Joseph fashion, which I found kind of weird because it looked almost exactly like the coat she just wore. And she also had a Sophie Habsburg clutch and her Reese boots that she recently wore as well. And she was also going with a bit more of a fedora flair. So I just did think that this look was pretty good. I think those boots are fabulous. I wouldn't mind owning them myself. I think they look lovely. So I think that was a look that she pulled off particularly well. Then we have Zara Phillips here, the only royal wearing Louboutins in this event. I always think it's funny that we don't see the British royals wear Christian Louboutin shoes very much. So she was wearing a new LK Bennett coat in gray here, which I think is gorgeous. And I remember seeing the first pictures and going, oh, I think those are Louboutins, because the back of the shoe is usually a tan shade, and this one seemed red like the shoe somewhat. So I was like, oh, I wonder. And then Royal Fashion Police confirmed that, yes, that is the case. Again, I've always been a big fan of black, burgundy, and gray. I feel like those are fantastic color combinations, and I feel like Zara Phillips pulled that look off really, really well. In addition, we also have Queen Camilla, and I think she looked fabulous in the teal. She was wearing an Anna Valentine coat and dress. She also had a Chanel official crossbody bag with a top handle in blue, which I liked, and a Philip Tracy hat. So I thought she looked absolutely fabulous. Although I will say I was not a fan of the hat. The mohawk look just doesn't quite work. The hat has a bit of a mohawk on it. So I'll give her mad props for going with something a little out there, but at the same time, I'm just not really a fan of the mohawk on the top of the hat at all. Just a special mention of Sarah Chateau as well. She was looking absolutely fabulous and smashing, timeless and elegant. She almost always has a very similar hat look, and I feel like she does it exceptionally well. And I think she looks gorgeous, and she is, I think, epitomizes a lot of the old school grace that royals have. She's Princess Margaret's daughter, so it was lovely to see her there with the rest of the family. And when it comes down to the best and worst looks of the week in terms of what you guys voted on, so the worst look of the week, it seems to be, is Princess Eugenie. So you guys, only 48% of you liked her look. 52% said not for me, and it is not great. But again, if she is pregnant, then that would explain some of the not great coat choices. Although I will say her coat last week was even uglier. I was not a fan of that she wore to the Christmas service. In addition, I will say special mention to Mette-Marit of Norway, because I gave you guys 3 options. So it's hard to tell if she really lost it or if the third option really twisted the metrics here. So 38% of you thought she looked fab. 42% thought, nah, it could be better. And 20% said, don't care, just love the stickers on her face. And again, I think I love the stickers on her face. I think that's so cute. And I don't know quite how she got those. I'm sure it was a kid that put them on, and bravo to her for keeping them on there and then getting her picture taken with them. And your guys' choice for best look of the week was Princess Catherine. So yes, you guys love the tartan. Not as much her Christmas Day outfit, but you guys love the tartan, and that got 96% of the vote. So I think it is smashing. I do absolutely love the coat, love the boots, and I think it just did come together really quite well, and it looks quite warm and snuggly and really fits the British theme. All right, guys, when it comes to my pick for worst look of the week, I'm going to have to give it to Queen Letizia of Spain. I love Queen Letizia, but this Pepto-Bismol mess, it's a little too much pink. And this is from somebody who really likes pink. Really likes pink. I just think this is way, way too much. I would love to see the coat on a different dress or something. It's just very, very, very loud. So I'm just not a fan of all that, toning it down. Maybe if it was a dress and just subtler in some way, but it just seems like a lot with the pants and the coat and everything. And for when it comes to my best dress look of the week, I'm gonna go with Queen Mathilde. I think she looked smashing in this red suit. Just absolutely perfection. I think the fit was fabulous. It was done by Nathan, which she really likes, and so does Maxima. And I just feel like this fit is so good, and I feel like that is critical for royal fashion or any fashion you wear, is that it fits you correctly. If it does, it will look great. If it doesn't, it won't look as good as you want it to. So I feel like she really did pull this off really, really well. And actually 95% of you agreed. So she was in good there for second place in terms of the best dress looks of the week. And so guys, that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed all the royal ladies and their looks. And I will do more hopefully with the men at some point, but it's just a little bit hard because a lot of times the guys do look the same most of the time. So unless they come out with something really interesting, we got Velva here or there, we won't cover them too much. In addition, I do want to say, if you want to vote on your pick for Catherine's best and worst looks of the year, feel free to go to my Instagram, Royal Fashion News. That's where you'll find all these polls. I try to do them every week for as many outfits as I can, and it is great fun. I don't necessarily always catch everyone, but I try to catch as many as I can. So I hope you guys really do enjoy this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye.